It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey there, and thank you for joining us on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. This NBA season didn't take long to get interesting, but these two gentlemen have always captured our interest. Say hello to Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Hello, Kenny.
Hey, how are you?
Hello, Shaq. In a few moments, we'll be sending you out to Portland as the Trailblazers go up against the Chicago Bulls. For Chicago, this is their first time facing off this season. Last year, they split the season series at a game apiece. One of the bigger stories this offseason, where would LaMarcus Aldridge wind up? Ultimately, he chose to leave Portland. How much does this set the Trailblazers back?
Live in Portland as the Trailblazers are about to go into this interconference contest. Hi, everyone. We're happy to have you with us for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. You look at Chicago. Well, it's been an improvement this year over last season. They made a lot of adjustments, and happy to see that they translate into some tangible results.
Yeah, but checking out Chicago, they've got to be thrilled with the way this season has started for them. They've already got some big wins under their belt, and definitely a confidence booster.
And, you know, I think it was important for them to get off to this sort of start. I mean, they had to prove themselves early that they were going to be able to compete with the big fellas, and they've done that.
Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Thompson, he's in at the point. Pau Gasol is out there with Turner. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Villa in at the 5 down low. Here's Thompson. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Lillard the pass to James. Davis setting the pick for James. Plumlee sets the pick for James. Just 5 on the clock. Offensive rebound. Plumlee. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time.
Yeah, how about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
On the wing, Turner. Thompson outside. High post shot. Here's Villa. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And the defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
You know, that just can't happen. They need much more effort than that on the glass.
Now here's McCollum. 11 points for him in that last game against Miami. Plumlee with the screen. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession.
And a moment now to check out the numbers for McCollum. He's averaging 11 points a game, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. Not his best production, and I expect him to break through and get back on track soon.
I really think, Greg, he just needs to relax. He's been trying a little too hard. He's got to let the game come to him more.
Now here's Turner. 12 points his last outing. Thompson with the bucket.
He's hit the ground running here in the first, putting together a nice quarter offensively.
For Portland, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Let's send it out to Doris Burke, who caught up with head coach Terry Stotts. DB?
I asked him what he'd most like to see from his team today, and he told me we'd really like to keep Pau Gasol under wraps in this one. He went on to explain that Gasol can take over games with his efficiency on the offensive end, and the key to their win will be getting a hand in his face every time. Guys?
And as always, Doris, thank you. And Thompson kicks to Turner. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Turner's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. James outside. Davis with a screen on Butler. It's LeBron with the drive.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. His second miss, now 2 of 4 on the game. McCollum kicks to Plumlee. The shot from the low post is good. Plumlee's got 6.
Really good job there. That's the definition of the inside-out game.
There's the pass to Villa. Portland grabs the miss. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
Probably their poorest defensive effort all season long. I mean, at home, that kind of D is not going to cut it. Never mind when you're on the road.
Hey, I don't know, guys. This may be all speculation. Perhaps they had a bad flight into town the night before, and we all know a rough flight in can lead to turbulence on the court. His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup, and while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call a foul shot or not, but sure enough they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Al-Farouq Aminu, he's checked in for Plumlee. Mayo comes in for James. Morris checked in for McCollum, and it's Carter Williams in for Lillard. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Chicago. Rose comes in for Turner. The Trailblazers shooting their first free throws of the game right now.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
And, you don't have to tell them what their free throw numbers are. I mean, they're well aware of it, believe me.
Portis, he's checked in for Chicago. The Bulls have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Thompson dishes to Rose. Puts up the baby hook. And Thompson with the nice bucket inside. Thompson's got 6.
Wow, fired that bounce pass in there beautifully.
And here is Carter Williams. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Heat in Miami. Davis setting the pick for Carter Williams. Pass kicks to Mayo. Portland moving the ball around. No good from Moore.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
That is good.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
There's 48 seconds left here in the first quarter. And Aminu kicks to Moore. Fires the 3. And Davis throws it down.
And great effort on the boards, and what a move that was, Kev. I mean, you just will not see him ever quit on a play.
That guy is a handful. You've got to have a body on him, Clark, at all times.
And you know what? Sometimes that's not even enough. He'll go around, over, or through you to get to the pump three.
And he gets it to go.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Carter Williams against Rose. Stolen by Rose. And here we go. Rose, nobody back. And Thompson throws it down.
A splendid pass that time by Rose.
Carter Williams with it. Takes the 3. And it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Bulls lead by 6. And now a chance to hear from point guard Damian Lillard. He explains his stoic demeanor on the...
I was taught to, never let anybody see how you feel. I kind of just embraced it, for my entire life. Just, you wouldn't know if something was going on in my life or not, because as long as I'm taking care of business and doing what I need to be doing, that's all that matters.
I would say, Clark, we probably shouldn't expect to see Lillard starring in any reality shows about his personal life.
I think that would be accurate. I mean, Lillard is a young man who is all about taking care of his business and doing what he needs to be doing. I mean, his reality is trying to live up to the expectations for him in Portland.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. Looking at what we've seen from the Bulls, what do you guys think?
It's been about how solid they've been offensively here, really teamed in with one another.
Good ball movement, and it's paid off on the scoreboard.
They've got McCollum. LeBron James is out there with Plumlee. Then it's Michael Carter Williams, and it's Aminu in at the 3 slot. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Bucks played just phenomenally. He ended with 26 points, and he was on target the whole contest. Very few misses from him all night. This is just the latest entry into what has been a breakout season for him, with strong performances like this one becoming more and more common. The team loves it, guys.
Great, Doris. Thanks. Any chance we see him top that performance right here tonight?
You know, I can't imagine he'd be able to pull off that kind of an outing 2 games in a row. But, hey, that's what the truly great ones are capable of doing.
Boy, even if he came close to matching it, that would be really impressive. But I tell you, that's asking an awful lot of one guy.
And the shot is good. Carter Williams has got his first points of the night.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Here now the league's highest scoring teams the past 10 games. What a stretch it has been for these guys. The Trailblazers in second.
Yeah, what an impressive run for this club. Everybody seems to be in a rhythm in terms of scoring, and they are putting up some big numbers.
And Portland making a change here. Lillard's checked in. The Bulls also changing it up. Bairstow, he's checked in for Noah. And Pau Gasol is subbed in for Portis. The 3 from McCollum. The rebound by Turner. Chicago leading by 6. Thompson outside. Plumlee with the rebound. Plumlee's got his 4th rebound in this one. Collin passes to Lillard. There's the screen. Plumlee with the screen. McCollum dishes to Plumlee. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why, I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
Thompson for the triple. Good. And the nice assist for Williams. And that's 15 points for Freak. To the middle. Here's Plumlee. Uses both hands to slam it down.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that 2-hand.
Here's Thompson. Lillard with the block. Bairstow, good. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. It's LeBron with the drive. Goes back up, and Gasol sends it back.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, and at least as I look at it.
Thompson misses. Trailblazers trail by 7. Kicks it out to James. Plumlee, the pass to McCollum. From deep. Can't get it to go. And in Chicago the other way. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
And in that game, guys, I mean, the beneficiary of what was some very lackluster defense being played against them.
Agreed, guys. It was really quite shocking and disappointing how many free runs to the hoop they got.
Lillard attacking. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul. Stopping the layup and not giving up the answer.
And that does it for the...
Well, Pau, tell...
Game for Thompson. He has 17 points and some assists too. How about 3 of them? Really dominating this game, just taking it over.
And really, the fact that he's making it look so effortless while he's doing it.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. So for Chicago right now, Thompson, he's in at point guard. Evan Turner is out there at Pau Gasol. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Villa in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. The Bulls leading by 6. And Thompson kicks to Gasol. Lillard against Thompson. Back to Gasol. Portland grabs the miss.
And that's the shot he has to take.
Exactly. That's the right look. The decision was good. He just didn't execute.
And Lillard kicks to Plumlee. Releases from 15, and that one goes long.
They are really getting the work done inside with their rebound.
The defensive backboard has been controlled. They have not allowed a lot of second chances. It's been about one and done for the most part. And I'm not talking about leaving college.
Yeah, I know you're not. That's a bunch of good rebounding taking place there, boy.
And Lillard kicks to James. Davis sets a screen. Passes it to McCollum. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. McCollum's got his first 3 points of the game.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
The drive by Thompson. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. First one falls for him.
All right. 2 shots. Nice, keep it up.
And so Thompson nails both of them.
And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Lillard outside. And the Trailblazers, another 3.
The D just sagged off just enough, and no hesitation on his part.
Thompson dishes to Gasol. Here's Villa. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. 6 points for him.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
You're all about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks their coach drew up.
Shot clock at 6. Now here's McCollum. Turner covering. McCollum no good.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Thompson passes to Gasol. Butler kicks to Thompson. Pass to Villa. Back to Thompson. Some solid defense from Lillard.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Plumlee dishes to Lillard. Lets it go from deep, and it will go, and the Bulls lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from LeBron.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Yeah, Greg, you know, they're having free reign from beyond the arc. The defense is just not there.
Turner passes to Thompson. Nice D from Lillard. The Trailblazers have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Plumlee sets the pick for Lillard. That's good from Davis on the assist by Lillard. Lillard's got 4 assists in the game.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
To the inside, Gasol with the steal. Thompson against Lillard. Thompson outside. And he makes good on the layup. Thompson's got 25 points.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
The Bulls leading by 5. And Turner kicks to Thompson. Out to Turner. Lets it go with the 3. Plumlee with the rebound. Plumlee's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Good. And that's 13 points for LeBron.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a 1-footer. Come on now.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
I'm allergic to missing.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Chicago?
They've knocked down plenty of mid-range jumpers in this one. That's been big for them.
And also, their second chance points have been a story all night as well. That's just pure effort and hustle.
Catching up on the changes for Portland, Al-Farouq Aminu. He's checked in for Davis. Mayo comes in for Plumlee. E'Twaun Moore is checked in for McCollum. And it's Carter Williams in for Damian Lillard. Thompson against Carter Williams. Thompson with the bucket.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
Greg, they keep pulling up and watching them go down. It's a really nice thing to see.
That one goes. Count.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Rose dishes to Thompson. Thompson is doubled. It's stolen by Aminu.
And if they're smart, they can hold it for the last shot.
To me, that's got to be the target. Make sure you manage the clock effectively so you do get the last shot.
Here's James. Rebound by Butler. He got it up. And no good trying to get... Welcome you back. The fourth quarter of action. A different look now for Portland. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Mayo. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Michael Carter-Williams. Lillard at the point with C.J. McCollum playing the 2. Al-Farouq Aminu is out there with LeBron James. And it's Moore in at the 3. That's the group on the floor for Portland.
What a top-notch game he's having. He's gotten them in front, and it sure seemed like he's going to keep them there. All by himself, it looks like.
And James gets it to go.
Unbelievable basket. I mean, giving up a lot of height there, but he was not to be denied.
Not when the game's hanging in the balance. That makes it a little different. He was going to get to the rim no matter who was standing in the way on that one.
Thompson passes to Gasol. The shot is off. And it's Portland the other way.
And they've had the edge in rebounding all night long, and none bigger than that one right there.
And guys, you've seen it countless times in a close game. Hustle plays can really make the difference.
Lets it fly from 18. And Al-Farouq Aminu gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Plumlee is checked in for the Trailblazers. Davis comes in for E'Twaun Moore. And a change for the Bulls. Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for Rose. Here's Thompson. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Thompson's got 16 points here in the second half.
Really just a tremendous day for him. And if you remember, he was just as good in their last game.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Hi, Kevin. I was able to hear the advice Terry Stotts gave to his team during that last break. He is not happy with their perimeter defense, saying, guys, way too many open shots for them beyond the three-point line. We've got to press up closer and try to crowd them off the arc. Guys, we'll see if they got the message.
The feed to Plumlee. 8 feet away. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. And Turner kicks to Thompson. Turner with it, now defended by McCollum. And he gets it to go. And now a 7-point Chicago lead.
They've stepped up their three-point shooting game in the second half. They're letting it fly out there with reckless abandon.
Not lacking in confidence, and I really like that. Sometimes you see teams get conservative once they get a lead, playing not to lose.
There's 1:17 left to play in the final quarter. Inside, here's Davis, and it's good. Fought through contact, gets the shot, he'll go to the free throw line.
They haven't done as much inside as they did in the first half. They've got to get back to their game plan, which is to work the ball inside and then force the defense to react and play from there. Wow, this game just a commanding performance for Davis.
He has 14 points, and his 2 blocks have given them a lift defensively.
No doubt about it. He's been a rim protector, and it's starting to get into the heads of their opponent.
So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6.
He's done a much better job of getting to the line here. Aggressively taking it inside and not shying away from contact. I thought he was settling a bit in the first. The free throws go down and the lead goes up.
James kicks to Lillard. Off target with his 3.
Nice little lead they're enjoying here, and they deserve it with all the work they put in on the glass.
Yeah, the effort and the aggression really favors them thus far. They've completely dominated the backcourt.
And stolen by James.
Time definitely not on their side.
They need a very quick bucket, a real quick one.
It's in! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
And they go to the intentional foul. He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 7-point game. Clark, they've shared the load offensively.
Yeah, they've done a nice job with it, Kevin. Everybody's touching the ball. There's a nice flow to what they're doing offensively.
And, guys, they put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react, and that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively.
Lillard misses. Thompson outside. Gasol dishes to Thompson. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. 42 points for Freak.
Terrific run to seal the deal.
Yeah, and now let's just keep an eye on how much longer they keep the foot on the accelerator.
Carter Williams, the pass to Moore. Used the shot fake to create the angle, but couldn't get it to fall. And so it's Chicago winning this one. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, a confident performance tonight, Joe Kim. How does this sort of win feel, and does it help motivate the team moving forward?
It's always good to win. It feels good. We fought hard tonight, and we just got to keep grinding, and get as many W's as possible.
Joe Kim, thank you as always. We appreciate it. Guys?
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. This is Kevin Harlan saying
the 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, Ernie Johnson along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's quickly move forward now to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Freak. He had just an outstanding fourth quarter performance. He really had the fire lit under him, and down the stretch, really having a huge impact on the outcome of this game. What are your thoughts, Shaq?
Well, he showed us just how good he can be when he's at the top of his game. And the building was stunned. You saw people leaving early, throwing popcorn, throwing hot dogs, spilling soda. He put on a CSDP, a crowd shut down performance. Man, that's what I'm talking about, Ernie.
He was the star of the show for them on the offensive end. Over half of their points came through him. I think he was the number 1 option, the number 2 option, number 3 option, and then when the coach called timeout, he was still the option.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. For me and Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful...
On some chill, we go 0 to 100 real quick.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith. our featured matchup against the Washington Wizards. Looking at the Wizards, they find themselves with a comparable win percentage to this time last year, but looking to make a push as this season continues. And let us talk, guys, about DeAndre Jordan. Incredible player, but if this game comes down to the wire, we might see the hacka, and I know you have some thoughts on this, big fella. And you don't even like us to call it the hack-a-shack.
Yeah, because it didn't work. It definitely didn't work for me. So whoever they're hacking, call it them. We all know that free throws are part of the game, and it's a viable strategy. He has improved on his free throws, but he is a liability in late-game situations. But as long as he hits them.
To the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by my colleagues Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Looking at Chicago, they took the win in their last game against the Trailblazers in Portland.
I mean, no stress in that one. The game almost looked like a shoot-around for them. Amazing at how well they shot the basketball.
And even more impressive, Greg, considering it was on the road. I mean, it's rare that you'd see a team get that hot away from home.
And now Washington's starting group. The talented Wall and Beal team up in the backcourt. DeAndre Jordan is out there with Nene, and it's Barber in at the small forward position.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
On defense, Washington. It's a three-point game. This is their first chance to take a look at the Bulls this season.
And two teams here that were evenly matched a season ago as they split the season series.
Yeah, they'd settle for 500 against most teams. Both squads win challenge, perhaps a way to put it, but one of them has got to win tonight.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys, and he made it look easy that time.
And so here is Chicago. Outside Butler. Thompson left side. Shoots a fader. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Thompson's got his second bucket tonight. On defense, Chicago. Doris Burke had a chance to catch up with head coach Randy Whitman. Doris, what do you have to say?
One player he said he's worried about in this game is Pau Gasol. He said with his length and touch, it's really hard to bother that shot. We're going to try to be physical with him, body him up early, and deny him position. And guys, that's what a lot of teams try with Gasol. Force him to really battle through contact. We'll see how it works.
And thanks for that story, Doris. Rebounded by the Wizards. Defeated by the Pacers in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, they just caught a team, Kevin, that was in a zone, and they didn't have the manpower defensively to disrupt them.
Hey, zone or no zone, I expected a little more fight out of them than what they showed. I mean, they never strung together any stops like they needed to.
Here's Thompson following the basket by Nene. Faded away to create the space. And it's 6 points for Freak.
And the offense, I mean, 3 or 4, a solid start for this game.
Here's Beal. Some solid defense from Butler.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
On the wing, Turner. Wide open look. Second shot opportunity. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play. Bulls shooting their first free throw of the night.
At the line for the Bulls. One shot.
That one drops. He ties it up. For Washington, they've gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. And Wall kicks to Jordan. And that one is hammered home.
Great pass. John Wall is really good. At finding the open man.
Here's Thompson coming off a solid outing against Portland. From the low block, And it's Nene with the rebound.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
Offensive rebound. Nice ball movement by Washington. Nene setting the pick for Beal. Kept alive. Here's Jordan. And at last, they get one to fall.
And that putback about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
Exactly what happens when you don't box out, Greg.
And here are the Bulls now, trailing by 4.
He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
Wall's shot is off.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
No one near Turner as he lets it go. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Turner's got himself on the board with 3 there. And Wall. Here we go now. It's tipped out of bounds. Wizards ball as Washington keeps possession. So both teams making some changes here. Here's Beal. And another miss by Washington. For Chicago, they've gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. And it's Butler with the jam.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Wall attacking. Down low. Here's Allen. Can't hit. So the Bulls will take it the other way. 1:35 left in the first quarter. Butler on the wing. Noah the screen. Makes it off the glass.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Feeds it to Bellinelli. Shot to stop the run. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron.
You can't afford to give him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Here's Thompson, and yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
Boy, a very hard foul that time, and the officials had to slap him with the flagrant. I mean, you can't let him get away with that kind of contact.
Yeah, gee, that's an easy call for the officials to make when there's that much contact. The league is really cracking down on those sort of plays. And the Wizards making a change here. Oubre's checked in. The pass to Portis. Wall against Thompson. Outside Williams. Tries from 10. Here's Noah. Rebound by the Wizards.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Wall passes to Bellinelli. Count that one. Bellinelli's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And when he breaks out the crossover, you can be sure he's going to leave somebody in his way.
Pass to Portis. Thompson against Wall. Williams with a clean look. And again, no good by Chicago.
You know what? You just cannot get much better of a look than that one.
Exactly. I mean, no way you expect him to miss that shot.
And DeAndre Jordan not a focal point offensively for this team. But as a defender, he understands he can make a big difference. Jordan, the man who knows what his job is, and he likes his job, Clark, and does it very, very well. He is excelling.
Yeah, he is. He may not be the NBA's Defensive Player of the Year, but he is certainly the Clippers' Defensive Player of the Year. Jordan's become a defensive beast, an animal defensively, and really the thing of it is he's still learning and growing, and he's going to continue to get better, which is scary.
Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
Just almost an intimidating factor when you're able to go out and consistently come up with the block shots like they have defensively.
Well, what happens is shooters begin to start looking for the shot block, and it does intimidate them.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So the Wizards 5 right now. We've got Jordan. Wall out there with Bellinelli. Then there's Oubre, and it's Payne in at the 4 slot. Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Trailblazers was simply terrific. He finished with 42 points and did his work from a pair of lines, hitting from both beyond the arc and from the charity stripe. Truly impressive numbers from him in a stellar performance. What a special night.
All right, Doris, thank you. He played at a level that very few players are capable of playing.
And, you know, I'll be interested to see how much he's got left in the tank. I mean, that performance had to take a lot out of it.
Yeah, but you know what? Sometimes supreme confidence can increase your stamina and endurance. So I'll be interested to see how that affects his play.
Well, while we have a second, let's go to the 2K leaderboard for a list of the league's top shooters from last season. Andre Jordan, number 1.
Boy, it was a terrific year for him. Led the league in field goal percentage because he took high-quality shots all the time.
Both shots good from the stripe.
Well, as far as the league's big men go, he's one of the very best at the foul line.
Washington trailing. Wall dishes to Beal. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Wall's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson.
All right, a chance to look at numbers for Beal. A very nice season for him last year. Averaged about 18 points a game, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds. Solid numbers, the kind of production we expect. And frankly, I think he's got another level to take it to.
Yeah, he definitely has the skill set to put up even bigger numbers. It wouldn't be a surprise to see that in the coming days.
Bulls trail by 3. Outside Gasol. Back to Thompson. Outside Gasol. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. He had a nice open look right there. And that's now 6 points for Evan Turner.
A little bit of a defensive breakdown there. He's not the guy you want to leave open on the perimeter. You've got to stay attached to him.
And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there. Just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
And, Greg, definitely that's one of the reasons they're in front right now.
Thompson misses. The Wizards with the lead. Barber passes to Wall. Beal gets a wide open look. Misses the jumper. Bulls have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Kicks it to Turner. Shot from the top of the key. It's Chicago with another bucket. For Washington, they've gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting.
Okay, fans, now coming onto the court are your level Bulls. Make some noise and cheer them on.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, I was able to listen in on what the head coach of the Chicago Bulls was going over in his huddle. He said their plan was run their offense through Thompson. Coach is looking for him to take on a lot of responsibility when they've got the ball, to be a leader at the offensive end. Well, Coach not wasting any time in tweaking the game plan. We'll see if it makes a difference as we approach halftime, Kevin.
All right, Doris.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Dishes to Butler. It's Chicago with another bucket.
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
To the middle. And Nene with the basket on the assist by Wall. Wall's got his 7th assist in the game.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close.
Well, the offense has obviously been a struggle. What do you think you can do better to make up ground on them?
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third.
We watched a great quarter by Noah. 10 points, and he's getting it done on the glass, too.
You're right, Clark. He's done some real nice work on the inside.
Thompson in at point guard. Pau Gasol is out there with Evan Turner. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Villa in at the center. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Here's Nene. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Nene's got the first points of the second half up on the board for Washington. Wall against Thompson. Here's Gasol. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got his 5th assist in this one. Wizards leading by 4. Nene, the screen. Nene with the screen on Butler. Wall wide open. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And Chicago shooting an outstanding 53% for the game. Pass to Gasol. Outside Turner. The feed now to Thompson. Pulls it up. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
Bulls trail by 4. Top of the key, Butler. Wants to get it to Turner and does. Gasol kicks to Thompson. And a miss there on the triple.
1 for 4 from the field since halftime. They're having a tough time getting it going here.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Butler kicks to Thompson. Thompson is double. Passes it to Gasol. And he converts the layup. Gasol's got 4 this quarter.
Well, they certainly didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Yeah, and that's important because this game may ultimately come down to which team controls the paint in crunch time.
Barber passes to Nene. They set the pick. 6 on the shot clock. He kicks it to Beal. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Beal's got the lead up to 6 now for the Wizards. The drive by Thompson and the powerful one-handed slam.
And Kevin, who says a point guard should look to pass first? I mean, not when you can finish like this fella.
Well, Clark, he wasn't going to give that opportunity up to a teammate.
Well, you know, Kevin, that's one he'll always take himself, and he should. I mean, you can't pass up that kind of opportunity or fun.
The Wizards have shot 5 of 6 at the foul line tonight. That free throw, no good. So neither attempt will fall that time for him.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Now just a 2-point Washington lead.
Really just a tremendous day for him. And if you remember, he was just as good in their last game.
It's Wall with the drive. Can't cash in on the 10-foot jumper.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
The game now all-time. And that's 10 points for Evan Turner.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Wall dishes to Beal. Jordan the screen. And Beal kicks to Jordan. Over to the left wing. Nene. Yes, once again, it remains perfect. 6 attempts and 6 hits.
And he's been the catalyst all game long. Love how he's distributing the basketball.
No doubt about it, Greg. I mean, when the offense runs through him, it's really smooth. Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, you can see he's still in rhythm, even though he misses that one. Almost always deadly when he's that open.
Bulls have gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Thompson passes to Gasol. Again, Chicago.
Just a major size difference between the defender and shooter on that possession.
And Greg, without a hand in his face, he's simply going to spray whoever's there.
Beal from long range. Good for another field goal. Number 5 in the night. 5 for 10 shooting.
That shot was made possible by the work of Nene setting the screen.
At the elbow, it's Gasol. And stolen by Jordan. And now here comes Wall leading the break. They get a hand on it. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
We've seen John Wall handling his business. He's got 8 points, and his huge assist tally makes it all the more impressive.
2 shots.
Chicago with the ball. It's a 5-point game. Up next for them is the Pacers in Indianapolis. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. Taking a look at the Wizards. The great pair of Wall and Beal are at the guard spots. Bellinelli is out there with Maurice Spates, and it's Jordan in at the 5 down low. The dish now to Bellinelli. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
Wizards leading by 4. And Wall kicks to Beal. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Wizards?
The mid-range that you've seen from them about as good as it gets, and there has not been a drop-off in the second half.
Something that also stands out tonight is the number of assists they have. I mean, that's a mark of a good club.
Nene, he's checked in for the Wizards. That one misses.
Kevin, it's disheartening to see them keep missing opportunities to extend the lead at the line. I mean, when you have a chance to put a team away from the line, you want to take advantage of that. You don't want to give them a chance to come back on it.
And Wall kicks to Beal. Lets it go from 11. And the rebound goes to Pau Gasol. Gasol's got 4 rebounds in this game. On the wing, Turner. And again, Chicago. No good. Washington's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. And Wall kicks to Bellinelli. Beal from long range. And another miss by Washington. Bulls trail by 5. Thompson dishes to Gasol. Over in the corner, Turner. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. Barber's checked in for Bellinelli.
Barber.
We've gone about a minute and a half into the 4th quarter. And it's out of bounds. The Wizards will take it the other way.
You know, that's hard to explain that play. I mean, I guess he thought he had more room than he did.
Got a piece of it. Feeds it to Wall. Tries again. The shot is off. And it's Chicago the other way. On the wing, Thompson. Fades. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson.
Wizards ball.
Second minute off the clock now in the 4th. And Beal kicks to Wall. Left side, Jordan. And there's the pass to Barber. Nene setting the pick for Beal. And he gets the bucket. Beal's got the lead up to 6 now for the Wizards.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have. Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Outside, Wall. Here's Nene, and that comes off the assist by John Wall. Wall's got 10 assists here tonight. So active. Bulls making a switch here. Butler's checked in. Bulls trail by 6. Thompson right side. Here's Villa. Drops in the layup for 2.
That's a brain freeze right there from the entire defense. Now is not the time to lose your focus.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Hi, Kevin. Randy Whitman was just going over the plan with his team. He told his team to keep looking for three-point opportunities, saying their perimeter defense isn't doing a good job getting out on our shooters. So let's keep firing away until they decide to guard us.
Thompson passes to Turner. Here's Gasol. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
That's some grit and determination in the post. Essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Exactly. This is the time to attack on the interior and convert those easy opportunities.
Pass to Beal. 18 feet away, and he knocks it down. Beal's got 5 points in the quarter.
Boy, this game has really started to heat up. I didn't think it could get any more high scoring than it already was.
Well, I tell you what, I don't mind it. You don't either, it sounds like. Good offense is entertaining, and that's exactly what we're getting.
Wall's shot is off.
Wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point.
Three-pointer, Butler. Barber pulls it in. Washington leading now by 4. All going up court. Here's Beal. Rebound by Butler.
Oh, excellent interior D to force the miss.
His defensive ability is a big factor. I mean, there's no denying that.
Gasol setting the pick for Butler. Fades and shoots. And again, Chicago. No good. And here we go. Here's Wall, and he overdid it there. Too much force, it looked like, on the foul, and he's called for the flagrant.
And, Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way, as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on him.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time. Pass to Barber. 1:19 left in the fourth quarter. Jordan kicks to Wall. Jordan the screen. Off the screen. Again, the miss by Wall.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
Here's Thompson. Again, the miss by Thompson.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
Nene has the open look. It's hauled in by the Bulls.
Well, the clock has become their worst enemy.
Not a friend anymore. They've got to work quickly from here.
Can't get anything to drop. I mean, the way he's going, it's probably not something he should try and shoot his way out of.
Well, they say you should shoot your way out of it, but his teammates probably have other thoughts in mind. The last thing they want to see him doing is continuing to cast that jumper up.
How about the screen that frees him up, though, for the jumper? Probably impossible for them to come back now.
Yeah, far too much work left to be done and not nearly enough time to get it done in.
And it's Butler missing. And the Wizards with possession. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9. And the foul called on Freak. That is his first person. And so it's the Wizards with the W. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Jet as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, John Wall.
There are two types of point guards, Ernie. Kenny would know nothing about that. He shot the ball every time he touched it. Anyway, the guys who keep everyone involved.
And, folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a great night.